Hi everybody, here we go with the back nine in Pro Division. Full adjustments given here of the first looks. Don't forget these will be tweaked throughout the day and also tomorrow, and they will form the full text guides. If you do want those text guides, click the link in the video description down below. Don't forget to hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well. Here we go then, hole number 10. We have crosswind here, so it's extra mile once again. Red ring touching the rough on the left at max distance. 4.5 top spin, 2 bars side spin to the right. The adjustment I make here is max plus 10, but as you will see here, we're just a fraction too close for comfort on the rough to the right, so you can either reduce the adjustment by 0.1, 0.2, or you can apply a little amount of baby curl to the left. Overpower may well be needed here, so if you do adjust into overpower, put that amount on to your shot. But important to hit perfect. It is a narrow play, this one, but like I said, a little bit of curl to the left just gives us a little bit more room. But we're still going to be okay with our second shot, and we're going to do a sand trap check here. So move the bullseye to the sand trap or the rough line, whichever gives you plus yardage. You'll probably find one or the other, if not both. I've got a sand trap of plus 5 here, and I'm playing this one 42% slider with 10% elevation. Obviously you adjust 2% per yard, so if your plus yardage is different, then you'll have to obviously adapt a slider based on that. It's no spin, and once again, just don't make the mistake I did on hole number 1. Back up the ball guide with thorn level 8, leave it slightly short of the pin, otherwise you will come in too hot. So this one played 42% slider plus 10% elevation. Perfect away, and we drop this one very nicely. Good speed right in there for the eagle. Hole number 11 coming up, and we have a hole in one here. So, interesting thing here. Red ring to the rough without spin first. I've put the value in my Clash Caddy already. Then I'm going to switch to a basic ball. Why? That is because even if you don't think you have any side spin showing, you can inadvertently add side spin without it showing on the screen. So that is why I'm switching to basic ball, 2.3 backspin. Then I'm switching back to my navigator, because it is possible for you to add side spin without it being displayed on the screen, and it may well cause you to miss. Max plus 20 is the adjustment here, but I'm adding 0.1. So max plus 20 plus 0.1. Perfect ball. And we drop this one very nicely. You can see the camera stays zoomed out. We know it's going to be close. We just sneak it in there on the left hand side. But there's a good tip with the side spin. Hole number 12, I didn't have a great look at this, and stupidly I did not press practice mode first. I went straight in, so I just had to go with it. This is not the route that I will be pursuing. I did give it a go, but instead, next account this afternoon, I'm going to be having a look at a layup option instead, and then going either with a min distance thorn. So this is really just to show you the wind. If you've got a topspin boost ball, or indeed you want to play with a bubba ball or something, then you can. But obviously I'm just trying here top spin with a berserker. It is not the route that I'm going to be pursuing, though. This is just one that I had to try because again I forgot here, as I've already said, to hit practice mode, so we just had to give this a go. The alternative, of course, is you go with the rock or the quarterback and lay up, and then go with a wood club, and I just want to be laying up here before the rough. But as we had to go with this, I just thought I'll try with max topspin, see what we can do. Max plus 0 was the adjustment here, max plus 10 on the drive. But like I said, if you want to pursue this with a better ball or indeed a topspin boost, you can. But if you want to go more free to play, then there will be a layup option. That will be what we will be going with in the guide for this one, rather than this aggressive approach. But it is typically with Pro, it is a boring wind, and it's a difficult hole anyway, to be honest. We almost make it out, but not quite. Thankfully I did save it for the eagle though. Hole number 13, I'm going to go here with another rough bump. So I'm going here with just under 1 bar of topspin. However, I think we should be playing with 1 bar of topspin. This just lacks a little bit of pace, and we don't quite catch the funnel with enough speed. Top of the yellow ring touching the rough. So as you can see, I just back off the topspin a bit there, but go with 1 bar. The problem here is you're going to have trees in the way. You can try pushing the rings as well, and certain wind strengths are going to put you into the bunker, so you just got to adjust as accurately as you can. The adjustment I'm using here is max plus 10. Max plus 10. Perfect ball away, and you'll see just a little bit more topspin would have got us a little bit more speed. The ball just dies, and as a result of that, it curves to the right. So I just think that click extra topspin, that one is going to be in the hole. Now, what do we have? Hole 14, another boring wind, so we can't send it here. So it's going to be the rock and the grizzly, similar to the qualifying round. Half a bar of backspin, 2 bars side spin to the left. And we're looking at the white ring touching the rough before we are in plus yardage with the rock level 8. Adjustment max plus 10. Does take us slightly into overpower. If you do go more into overpower, just go with 1 ring less than what you adjust into. You don't want to be too long here. We're looking somewhere approaching the 300-yard mark. If you're anywhere over 300, you risk not being able to set up at min grizzly. So 300 is going to be absolutely fine. Second shot, this is tricky. We do need to tweak this one a little bit, but it is work in progress, and it is a good first look. 2.5 bars topspin, and we want to be playing either from minimum distance if we can, if not count up rings from min, and using 15% elevation. So the base calculation here is min plus 15. Ball guide is deliberately missing to the left of the pin as we look along the line of the shot. Problem here, it's difficult to do this pull because of the slope. I do think we need a few more looks at this one. It's something I'll be working on this afternoon. Get this one absolutely dialed in. We just miss to the right here, so we just might need to correct that either with pull angle or indeed with offset. Hole number 15, I've got a very nice drive here, to be honest, and it's all to do with the wind strength. And we're going to tweak it depending what wind strength we have. So 6.7 miles per hour, I would suggest you go with 5.2 bars of topspin. Adjust max plus 10, this is a no movement shot, max plus 10, then we are not going to push up to max. We're instead going to leave it where it is, and we're going to do a max overpower with slow needle, or slover power as I like to call it. We do hit perfect, which is easy to do so, and it bounces very, very nicely. Obviously, if you have higher wind, you need to reduce the topspin. So, for example, if you had 7.8 miles per hour, I would recommend go with 4.5 topspin. You might want to take a practice token here, and that of course is based on extra mile 8. If you're using a driver with more or less yardage, you need to adjust accordingly. Second shot is going to be Big Dog or the Cataclysm, red ring touching the rough at max distance. 5 topspin, 2 bars side spin to the right. The adjustment here is max plus 5. Max plus 5. No overpower, but we do want to go with full right curl. As you can see, we do bounce very nicely. We're not pushing it too close to the rough, and it's just going to park up near the fringe. And wedges from there, going to play Endbringer School, 20% elevation. Right then, no movement again here, and we're going to go with 0.2 topspin, so 0.2 topspin, and you're looking at between 0.1 and 0.3 side spin to the right. All depends how much crosswind you've got. This is more or less one of the straighter tailwind angles. However, you can get a straighter one than this. You can also get more of a crosswind. So you will need to tweak that depending on the wind angle that you have. But either way, it's a no movement target shot, and I'm adjusting max plus 20. We are close on this one, just need a little bit of a tweak. But like I said, look at the wind angle on that. I do think that is going to be crucial to get this shot to drop. Hole 17 coming up next, and we do have a drop here as well. Extra mile with a Titan. 4.5 topspin, 2 bars side spin to the right. which means that we can play it with extra mile 6+. The white ring touching the rough on the right at +8. And the adjustment here is max +10. And you will need pencil and paper at the ready. Apply any overpower if you do adjust into it, depending how much headwind angle you have. And we're going to need to note down our drive distance here. So get those pens and pencils, paper at the ready. Time to write down our drive distance. In this case, 343 yards. With a perfect ball, which is, of course, very nice. And then we're going to do, once again, a no spin shot with the thorn. So just back it up. Get the ball guide going to the front of the cup with thorn level 8 and 9. Obviously, thorn level 7 will have less ball guide, so you will need to leave your ball guide short. Adjustment here, I play 52% slider plus 10% elevation. Obviously, if your drive is shorter or longer, you will need to adapt 2% slider per yard. If you need more help on using the slider and club range, check out the Academy tutorial playlist on the channel homepage. Pull over the bullseye with the thorn, and we do drop this one very, very nicely for an eagle right at the pin. Hole number 18 to finish, and it's another little nasty wind. Thank you very much, Playdemic. Kingmaker ball, just to make this one easier, 3.2 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left. Extra mile, red ring touching the rough on the left. Adjustment here, max +10. Then we're going to observe the amount of rings we are in the red. There's 1 ring there, and I'm going to add 1.5 rings onto that. So you're going to play with 2.5 rings of overpower. Maximum curl to the left with whatever extra mile you have, and then hit perfect, which we do. And this one does bounce very nicely, just about clears the rough, which is good. And even though we get a slight glitch roll here, we are still going to be fine. 350 yards is what we are aiming for. Second shot, Big Dog or Cataclysm. I would suggest going with between 1 and 1.5 bars of backspin, but stretch out with the spin added. And you want your second bounce to be at least 1 ring beyond the rough. See how many rings of overpower is needed, or push up. In here, it's about 1.5. Then I adjust max 0. Keeping in mind I need to get myself an extra 1.5 rings. Max 0, then I'm going to push up as much as I can. Here I can push up about 1 ring, so I'm adding on the half a ring that's left. I would recommend you just add a smidgen more on. I would rather be a little bit on the long side than short, because if you do clip the rough and roll out, you're obviously going to have a bit more of a twitchy end bringer shot. Okay, we're fine here. We could have pushed it a little bit harder though, but we're still there for an easy eagle. Thank you for watching and good luck. Bye for now.